is there any other kind of new movements maybe coming from the left? I mean, because the left also is cracking. There's a fissure in the left. We have people that are very upset what's happening in Gaza, which I borrow as well. So it's kind of funny. I will hear Bernie Sanders say something, and I'm like, Bernie Sanders, that was awesome. I love that she said it. I wish she said it earlier, about that we need to stop supporting this genocide in Gaza. And then I'll hear Marjorie Taylor Greene say something, and I'm like, that's great too. So I'm in this camp where I'm like, okay, Bernie Sanders, pretty cool here. Marjorie Taylor Greene, pretty cool here. What does that make me? Does that make me crazy?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's true. It's sort of, I find the same thing. Of course, you do find a few, call them, dissidents on the right who are also, strongly support the Palestinians, and there are, but they're very few, to be honest. So I would put myself in their camp. In general, I think you got to put me on the right, but often I find myself in complete agreement with people who are clearly leftists, and they say something that's true. I support them 100%. And there are many such people now. This war in Gaza is so horrible, and I think it's so important that it's just not a. I consider them allies. These leftists, they're not. Maybe when the whole thing's over, we'll find ourselves on the opposite side of something else. But let's just be honest. When somebody's right about something, give them credit for it, support them, stand by them. It is a strange situation. I find myself in the same thing where I find myself on the left foot and then on the right foot, and without a real home. But it's not crazy. You can say I think it's really the country that's crazy, the way that it's fragmenting. It doesn't need to fragment in the way that it has. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. And I if you go overseas, actually, you get outside of the United States and its close allies, you'll find different kinds of political alignments. And I think you would find it much easier to find people with similar attitudes. Similar sets of beliefs. That's what, again, your sister is finding in Moscow. But it's not just, Russia. I think it's really all around the world. It's just that there is kind of a sane look, what I consider to be a sane way of looking at the world. That's really very, not at all fringe or, even dissident in many parts of the world. But is here in America, and I think that's because of just the peculiar situation or political phase that America is going through right now.